5 ways Elon Musk's water engine will change your life. 1. Zero emissions for a cleaner environment. Potential fuel cost savings. Reduced dependence on fossil fuels. Improved urban air quality. A new era of sustainable transportation. Intrigued? In this video, we're counting down these game-changing impacts and more. We'll explore how Tesla's water engine technology could revolutionize not just our roads, but our entire approach to energy. Get ready for a countdown that could reshape our future. Picture this, it's Monday morning and you're caught in the daily grind of rush hour traffic. The sun's barely peeking over the horizon, but already the air is thick with a hazy mix of exhaust fumes and frustration. Sound familiar? For millions of city dwellers worldwide, this scenario isn't just a bad dream. It's a daily reality that's taking a toll on both our health and our planet. Let's zoom out for a moment and take a bird's eye view of our cities during rush hour. What do we see? A sea of cars, bumper to bumper, inching along like a sluggish metal river. But it's not just the glacial pace that's the problem. Each of these vehicles is pumping out a cocktail of harmful emissions, creating a toxic soup that hangs over our urban landscapes. The numbers paint a grim picture. In major cities, vehicle emissions account for up to 80% of air pollution. These aren't just harmless clouds. We're talking about a mix of nitrogen oxides, particulate matter, and carbon monoxide that's wreaking havoc on our respiratory systems. Studies have shown that prolonged exposure to these pollutants can lead to a host of health issues, from asthma and lung cancer to heart disease and even cognitive decline. But it's not just our bodies that are suffering. Our cities themselves are choking under the weight of this pollution. Iconic skylines are often obscured by smog, and once vibrant urban spaces are becoming less livable by the day. It's no wonder that city planners and residents alike are growing increasingly frustrated with the status quo. In recent years, we've seen a flurry of attempts to curb this pollution problem. Cities have implemented congestion charges, expanded public transportation, and encouraged cycling. Some have even experimented with car-free days or zones. While these efforts have made some headway, they've barely scratched the surface of the larger issue. The hard truth is that as long as our roads are dominated by fossil fuel-burning vehicles, we're fighting an uphill battle. This realization has led to a surge in demand for real, lasting solutions to our urban air quality crisis. People are tired of half measures and band-aid fixes. They want to see a fundamental shift in how we approach transportation, one that doesn't force them to choose between mobility and clean air. Enter the world of alternative fuel vehicles. Electric cars, hydrogen fuel cells, and even solar-powered vehicles have all been touted as potential saviors. And while these technologies have shown promise, they've also come with their own set of limitations. Range anxiety, long charging times, and high costs have kept many of these alternatives from achieving widespread adoption. As the clamor for a game-changing solution grows louder, the world has been holding its breath, waiting for a breakthrough that could truly revolutionize our relationship with transportation. And just when it seemed like we might be running out of options, a familiar face appeared on screens worldwide with a promise that sent shockwaves through the automotive industry. Elon Musk, the enigmatic entrepreneur known for pushing the boundaries of what's possible, stood before a captivated global audience. With his characteristic blend of confidence and showmanship, Musk made a bold declaration. He had a solution to our pollution woes, one that could transform our cities and our planet. The anticipation was palpable as millions leaned in, eager to hear what this visionary had up his sleeve. As Musk began to outline his latest innovation, the world collectively held its breath. Could this really be the answer we've been searching for? A way to keep our cities moving without sacrificing our health and our environment? The idea seemed almost too good to be true, an engine that could power our vehicles without spewing harmful emissions into the air. But as with any groundbreaking announcement, Musk's revelation was met with a mix of excitement and skepticism. Some hailed it as the dawn of a new era in transportation, while others questioned the feasibility of such a radical departure from conventional engine technology. The public reaction was split, with hope and doubt battling for dominance in the court of public opinion. As the dust settled from Musk's bombshell announcement, all eyes turned to the stage. The crowd held its collective breath, waiting to see what exactly this mysterious water engine was all about. Musk strode confidently to the center, holding what appeared to be a clear engine block. But this was no ordinary engine. It was about to change everything we thought we knew about automotive technology. Ladies and gentlemen, Musk began, his voice echoing through the hall. "What you're looking at is the future of transportation." He held up the transparent block, and the audience leaned forward in their seats. Inside, they could see a complex network of tubes and chambers, all filled with water. At first, there was a mix of confusion and skepticism in the room. How could water possibly power a car? The online commentators went wild, with some praising Musk's ingenuity and others dismissing it as another of his outlandish claims. But Musk was unfazed by the initial reaction. He knew he was about to blow their minds. "What you're seeing here," Musk explained, "is a revolutionary process called reverse electrolysis." He went on to break down the basic principle of the water engine. It turns out this wasn't just some pie-in-the-sky idea, it was based on solid scientific principles. Here's how it works. The engine takes water and splits it into its component parts, hydrogen and oxygen. This process is the reverse of what happens in a typical fuel cell, hence the name reverse electrolysis. Once the water is split, the hydrogen and oxygen are then recombined in a controlled reaction to generate electricity. And guess what the byproduct of this process is? You guessed it. Water vapor. As Musk delved deeper into the technical details, you could see the light bulbs going off in people's heads. This wasn't just a clever gimmick, it was a genuine innovation that could revolutionize the automotive industry. But how does the water engine stack up against traditional combustion engines and electric vehicles? Musk was ready with the comparisons. While electric engines are more efficient, he explained, they face challenges like slow charging times and battery degradation. The water engine, on the other hand, could be refueled as quickly as a gas-powered car. This could be a game changer for consumers who want the eco-friendly benefits of electric vehicles without the long charging times. Musk then addressed some common misconceptions about water-powered vehicles. Some of you might be thinking, isn't this just another hydrogen fuel cell? He said with a knowing smile. But our water engine is different. It doesn't require the production and storage of hydrogen, which can be expensive and potentially dangerous. Instead, it uses water, the most abundant resource on Earth, as its fuel source. The excitement in the room was palpable as Musk moved on to the demonstration. He walked over to a curtained area of the stage and with a flourish pulled back the fabric to reveal a working prototype of the water engine. The crowd gasped as he fired it up and the engine hummed to life with a soft, almost musical sound. "What you're witnessing," Musk said over the gentle purr of the engine, "is a machine that could drastically cut down carbon emissions." He paused for effect before dropping another bombshell. A typical gas-powered car emits about 4.6 metric tons of CO2 annually. This water engine, it produces only water vapor. The implications were staggering. If widely adopted, this technology could transform our cities, dramatically improving air quality and reducing our carbon footprint. The potential for a cleaner, more sustainable future was suddenly within reach. As the demonstration concluded, the initial skepticism had given way to a sense of awe and possibility. Musk had done it again. He'd taken a concept that seemed like science fiction and turned it into reality. As we step onto the factory floor of Tesla's manufacturing plant, the air buzzes with anticipation. The moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. The production of the world's first water-powered Tesla. But turning a revolutionary concept into a mass-produced reality is no small feat. How will Tesla's engineers adapt their existing models to accommodate this game-changing technology? Let's dive in and see how Musk's vision is being brought to life. The factory floor is a hive of activity, with engineers and technicians bustling around sleek prototypes. The familiar shapes of Tesla's popular models are visible, but look closer and you'll notice some intriguing differences. These vehicles are undergoing a transformation that will revolutionize the automotive industry. One of the most significant changes is the shift from battery-powered vehicles to hydrogen fuel cells. This adaptation comes with its own set of challenges, as Tesla has had to pivot from its plans for mass-producing 4,680 battery cells. But why the change? It turns out that creating a water engine requires some serious modifications to accommodate water storage and electrolysis systems. As we walk through the factory, we can see how Tesla is tackling these challenges head-on. Engineers are working tirelessly to integrate the new water storage tanks seamlessly into the vehicle's design. These tanks need to be both spacious enough to hold sufficient water for long journeys and compact enough to maintain the sleek Tesla aesthetic we've all come to love. But it's not just about looks. Safety is paramount when dealing with hydrogen, and Tesla isn't taking any chances. We pass by a dedicated safety testing area where vehicles are subjected into rigorous trials. Tesla's approach to hydrogen safety goes beyond just physical measures. They're building trust through ongoing communication and transparency about the technology's safety features and protocols. As we continue our tour, we come across a section of the factory that looks quite different from the rest. This is where the magic happens, the integration of the electrolysis systems. These systems are the heart of the water engine, responsible for splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen. It's fascinating to watch as skilled technicians carefully install these complex components, ensuring each connection is perfect. But the changes don't stop there. The entire powertrain of these new Teslas has been redesigned to accommodate the water engine technology. Gone are the massive battery packs of previous models. In their place, we see more compact fuel cells and electric motors working in harmony with the water electrolysis system. As we near the end of the production line, there's a palpable sense of excitement in the air. We're about to witness a historic moment, the first water-powered Tesla rolling off the production line. The sleek vehicle emerges, looking every bit as impressive as its predecessors, but carrying within it the potential to change the world. But Tesla's vision extends beyond just producing these revolutionary vehicles. They're also tackling the infrastructure challenge head-on. Plans are already in motion to retrofit existing EV supercharging stations to include hydrogen refueling capabilities. It's a significant investment, but one that Tesla believes is crucial for the widespread adoption of this technology. As the first water-powered Tesla rolls to a stop before us, we can't help but marvel at what this represents. It's not just a car, it's a glimpse into a cleaner, more sustainable future. The potential impact on Tesla's production and the auto industry as a whole is enormous. If successful, this could spark a new era in transportation, one where our vehicles are powered by the most abundant resource on Earth. Water. The moment of truth has arrived. As Tesla's water-powered marvel exits the controlled environment of the factory, it faces its toughest challenge yet, winning over a skeptical public. Will this eco-friendly innovation quench our thirst for sustainable transportation, or will it evaporate under the harsh light of real-world scrutiny? Picture this. A sleek, futuristic Tesla rolls silently onto a bustling city street. At first glance, it looks like any other high-end electric vehicle, but there's something different about this car. Instead of plugging into a charging station, it pulls up to what looks like a regular gas pump, but instead of fossil fuels, crystal clear water flows into its tank. This is the scene that's unfolding in cities across the country as Tesla's water-powered cars hit the streets for their first public road test. As onlookers gather, there's a palpable mix of excitement and skepticism in the air. Some are eager to witness the future of transportation, while others are ready to dismiss it as another overhyped tech promise. The first few cars roll out smoothly, but it's not long before we encounter some hiccups. One vehicle stalls unexpectedly, causing a minor traffic jam. Another seems to struggle with acceleration on a steep hill. These early issues fuel the doubters, but the Tesla team remains confident. Let's take a closer look at how these water-powered wonders perform in various driving conditions. In city traffic, they glide smoothly and quietly, much like their electric counterparts. On the highway, they easily keep pace with gas guzzlers, reaching impressive speeds without a hitch. But the real test comes when we tackle some challenging terrain. As we climb winding mountain roads, the water engine shows its strength, maintaining steady power output even on the steepest inclines. Now, you might be wondering about range and refueling time. After all, these are crucial factors for any new vehicle technology. Here's where things get really interesting. Unlike electric vehicles that require long charging times, the water engine can be refueled quickly, similar to traditional gas cars. This rapid refueling capability is a crucial advantage that could enhance consumer acceptance and convenience. Imagine being able to fill up your eco-friendly car in just a few minutes, rather than waiting hours for a battery to charge. As for range, early tests show promising results. While exact figures are still being fine-tuned, the water-powered Teslas are consistently matching or exceeding the range of their electric siblings. This means you could potentially drive from New York to Washington, D.C. on a single tank of water, with plenty to spare for sightseeing. But what about the public reaction? As these water-powered cars cruise through busy streets and quiet neighborhoods, they're turning heads and sparking conversations. We overhear a mix of amazement and disbelief. Is that really running on water? Asks a wide-eyed teenager. It's too good to be true, mutters a skeptical taxi driver. But as more people witness these vehicles in action, the tide of opinion seems to be shifting. Let's consider the potential environmental impact if water engines were widely adopted. The reduction in carbon emissions could be staggering, Traditional gas-powered vehicles contribute significantly to air pollution, especially in urban areas. By replacing these with water-powered cars, we could see a dramatic improvement in air quality, leading to better health outcomes for millions of people. However, it's not all smooth sailing. Concerns about water consumption and availability have been raised, particularly regarding the energy input required for reverse electrolysis. While the water engine uses water as a fuel source, the initial energy needed to split water into hydrogen and oxygen must be considered in the broader context of water resource management. This is a valid concern, especially in regions already facing water scarcity. Despite these challenges, the real-world performance of Tesla's water engine is impressive. The combination of quick refueling times, long range, and zero emissions makes it a compelling alternative to both traditional gas-powered vehicles and current electric cars. As more data comes in from these road tests, it's becoming clear that this technology has the potential to revolutionize the automotive industry. As Tesla's water engine makes waves, the rest of the automotive industry isn't just sitting idle. In fact, behind closed doors, major car manufacturers are engaged in a high-stakes race that could completely reshape the future of transportation. The announcement of Tesla's revolutionary technology has sent shockwaves through boardrooms across the globe, prompting a flurry of activity and mixed reactions from industry giants. Take Toyota, for instance. Instead of viewing Tesla's water engine as a threat, they're seeing it as a validation of their long-held belief in hydrogen's potential. For years, Toyota has been investing in hydrogen fuel cell technology, and now they're feeling a sense of vindication. It's like they've been telling everyone at a party about this amazing band, and suddenly, the coolest kid in school starts playing their music. Toyota's response? See, we told you hydrogen was the future, but not everyone is as enthusiastic. Some manufacturers are caught in a tricky situation, like a tightrope walker trying to balance on a wire made of dollar bills. On one side, there's the pressure to adopt this groundbreaking technology and stay competitive. On the other, there's the massive investment they've already poured into traditional engines and electric vehicles. It's a classic case of damned if you do, damned if you don't. This dilemma is sparking some unexpected alliances. Imagine walking into a corporate mixer and seeing the CEO of a major car company deep in conversation with the head of a tech giant. It's not as far-fetched as you might think. We're hearing whispers of partnerships forming between automakers and tech companies, combining decades of car-making expertise with cutting-edge software and AI capabilities. It's like watching the automotive equivalent of a superhero team-up movie. But here's where things get really interesting. Picture a huge factory floor filled with assembly lines that have been churning out cars the same way for decades. Now, imagine having to completely redesign that space for water engine production. It's not just a matter of swapping out a few parts. We're talking about a total overhaul of manufacturing processes. Some companies are looking at this challenge and seeing an opportunity to leapfrog the competition. Others are breaking out in a cold sweat at the thought of the cost and complexity involved. And let's not forget about the patent race. Right now, in research labs around the world, engineers are working around the clock to develop their own unique water engine designs. It's like a high-tech treasure hunt, with everyone scrambling to stake their claim on the next big breakthrough. The first company to patent a key innovation could find themselves sitting on a gold mine. All of this activity is causing some major ripples in the job market. Think about it. As factories retool for water engine production, we're going to see a shift in the skills needed in the auto industry. Software engineers and chemical specialists might soon be in higher demand than traditional mechanics. It's like watching a real-time evolution of an entire industry's workforce. The big question on everyone's mind is who will be the first to challenge Tesla with their own water-powered vehicle? Will it be a traditional automaker with decades of experience, or a newcomer that's unencumbered by legacy systems? The anticipation is building, and car enthusiasts around the world are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see what rolls off the production line next. This shift towards water engine technology isn't just about cars. It's about reshaping the entire automotive landscape. We're talking about a potential revolution in how we think about transportation, energy, and even urban planning. It's like watching the first smartphones hit the market and realizing that they're going to change everything. Welcome to the future of transportation, where the air in our cities is as fresh as a mountain breeze. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, buckle up because we're about to take a journey into a world where car exhaust is nothing more than water vapor. As water engines become more common, our urban landscapes are set for a dramatic transformation. Picture this, New York City, known for its bustling streets and, let's face it, not so great air quality. Now fast forward a few years. The honking taxis and delivery trucks are still there, but something's different. The air is clearer, cleaner. You can actually see the skyline without that hazy filter we've all gotten used to. This isn't just a pipe dream, it's the potential reality of a world embracing water engine technology. But hold on, it's not all smooth sailing. Transitioning to a new fuel infrastructure is like trying to change the tires on a moving car. Tricky and a bit nerve-wracking. We're talking about overhauling gas stations, reimagining supply chains, and basically rethinking how we fuel our lives. It's a massive undertaking, but the payoff, well, that's where things get really exciting. Let's zoom in on our cities for a moment. We've all experienced that lovely oud exhaust on a busy street, right? With water engines, that could become a thing of the past. We're looking at a future where the air in our cities is actually, breathable. Imagine the impact on public health. Fewer respiratory issues, clearer skies, and maybe even the return of stars to our urban nights. But the ripple effects of this technology go way beyond just cleaner air. Think about how much of our global economy revolves around oil. Now imagine what happens when we suddenly don't need as much of it. It's like pulling the rug out from under entire countries and industries. Some oil-dependent economies might struggle, but others could see this as an opportunity to diversify and innovate. Now, I know what you're thinking. If we're using water as fuel, won't we run out? It's a valid concern. While we're not going to drain the oceans, we will need to think seriously about water management. We might see new infrastructure for water collection and purification, or innovations in recycling the water vapor produced by these engines. It's a challenge, sure, but it's also an opportunity for some clever problem solving. And here's where things get really interesting. Water engines aren't just for cars. Imagine cargo ships crossing the ocean without leaving a trail of pollution in their wake, or airplanes that don't contribute to those contrails we see crisscrossing the sky. The potential for water engines in heavy industries could be a game changer, helping them transition towards cleaner energy sources and slashing their emissions. But let's bring it back to you and me. What does a world powered by clean, abundant water look like for the average person? Well, for starters, it could mean more stable fuel prices. No more wincing at the pump when global events send oil prices skyrocketing. It could mean cleaner air in our neighborhoods, parks, and schoolyards. And on a larger scale, it could mean easing some of the tensions caused by oil supply issues. The potential global impact of water engines is nothing short of revolutionary. We're talking about a significant reduction in greenhouse gas emissions, improved air quality in cities worldwide, and a shift towards a more sustainable and equitable energy landscape. It's not just about changing how we get from point A to point B. It's about reimagining our entire relationship with energy and the environment. We've come a long way from those smoggy morning commutes to the promise of a cleaner, water-powered future. It's amazing how innovation can transform seemingly insurmountable challenges into exciting opportunities. But this journey doesn't end here. You, our viewers, have a crucial role to play in shaping the future of sustainable transportation. There are so many ways you can make a difference. Consider advocating for policies that promote renewable energy in your local community. Get involved in sustainability initiatives that are making a real impact. And when it's time for your next vehicle purchase, why not explore options that utilize sustainable technologies? Every small step we take collectively can lead to a giant leap for our planet. Remember, the power to create change is in your hands. By supporting clean energy technologies, you're not just improving air quality, you're paving the way for a brighter, more sustainable future for generations to come. So are you ready to join the clean energy revolution?